Hey guys, so in today's video I kind of wanted to share like my reflections on the school year, this past school year that was the school year of craziness. So it's going to be a chatty video, not much structure, so if you're here for it, you're here for it. If you're not, you're not. Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. My name is Laura. I am a 4th grade math and science teacher in Florida, and I kind of wanted to share how I've been feeling throughout the school year, reflect. It's always good to do that. This video is kind of more just for me to kind of like vent and like share the school year, and if you want to listen, you're more than welcome to. Stay tuned. So a little background on my school year, how it started and like how it progressed. I moved to a new school this year. Obviously, if you've been following along with my journey, I am teaching in a 4th grade classroom, departmentalized. The year started off virtually, and I was teaching 4 math groups, math only, not any other subjects. And in about a month into school, kids started being allowed to come back into the building. So we started having a lot of hybrid classes. Pretty much all my classes were hybrid, I think all of them were hybrid. We made the switch to make some of them hybrid, some of them virtual. We did a lot of switching throughout the school year. We moved kids around a lot. And then I think in about February, we decided to switch to doing team teachers. So that decision was made because we needed more time for math. And with the schedule we had then, I only had an hour, and that was including transitions. That was including getting kids logged into the Google Meets, all of that stuff. So we decided to team teach, and so now I teach math, science, and reading intervention, which is a lot, but I have about 2 hours-ish to do all that. So a lot more time. And so slowly throughout the school year, starting, like I said, a month into the school year, we started getting kids back in the building, and slowly throughout the school year, we've had kids trickle in. I'm now at the point where I have a morning group that's hybrid. There's only 2 kids virtual. The rest are in the building, and then my afternoon group's all brick and mortar. So obviously with all those changes, that brings me to my first like big issue challenge of the school year. It was so hard to stay consistent this year because of all the changes. It was like constantly changing on the teacher end, the kid end. Everything was changing. Kids coming back in the building, going back virtual, switching from being a 4-way switch to then not being a 4-way switch. And at one point in time in the year, I was having to teach in the other teachers' classrooms because we couldn't move the kids around. So it was insane. It was crazy. That leads me to that point of, it was a whole lot to manage. It was a lot to keep up with, and it was very hard to stay consistent for the kids because everything was constantly changing. So that was the biggest challenge for me this school year. On to a positive. One thing that I found to be a little bit easier this school year was a little bit more of the behavior management side of things. Yes, I do still have a lot of behaviors that I am handling and working through with my students. But when the kids were all virtual, it was very easy to manage behaviors because you just hit mute all and then you don't hear them. Obviously, like, kids would get up and walk away from the computer, but that's more like on them. There's nothing I can really do about that, versus if they were in the building and they got up and walked away, I would have to handle that situation. When they're virtual and they walk away, you just email the parents and let them know what's going on. So yeah, so definitely the behaviors were a lot easier to manage, and then like not having the kids in groups. Like right now, my desks are in rows, so it is a little bit easier because there's not as much chattiness as there would be as when I normally have them in like pods or groups, because they're not right next to each other, they're not facing each other. So that's been a little bit easier. Having them have to be socially distanced is a little bit easier because, yes, while I do have to manage that, they're not physically right next to each other. Now, there are some other factors of behaviors I have had to manage this year that I normally wouldn't have, like masks, things like that, but yeah, there's going to be pros and cons of everything. So on to my next challenge. Next thing that I would say was a big challenge for me this school year was having to be new in COVID times. So I'm new at this school, obviously, and while I've gotten to know a lot of the 4th grade team members, I don't really know anyone else at the school, and so it's been a challenge as far as that. Obviously learning the new rules and stuff, the normal rules for this school are different this year because of COVID rules. So like I can't go to a mentor teacher and ask her how I should handle this situation or what are the protocols, because everything is different this year. So we're all learning things at the same time, which is nice in a way, but it's also challenging because you can't just go to your mentor teacher and ask them. And I did want to talk a little bit about like just being departmentalized in general. This is my first year doing that, and I did enjoy like not having to plan like all the subjects. But I felt like with that in combination of like COVID, starting virtual, hybrid, all that stuff, I don't feel like I know my kids' abilities as well as I have in the past with them being self-contained. And so it's been a lot harder. Obviously I can't pull kids in small groups, things like that. So I'm helping kids one-on-one, but like I can only get to so many kids in each class period. So like I feel like I didn't do my best teaching this year. And I think a lot of people have felt that way from everyone who I've talked to. So like that kind of stinks, like coming out of the school year feeling like you didn't do your best. But you know, there's only so much we can do with all the limitations and whatnot. So I just have to keep reminding myself of that. And then kind of finishing off the school year, I just feel like I'm drained. Like, does anyone else feel like they're drained? I don't know. Like, I feel as though I just have no energy left. I feel like I don't want to do anything fun. I don't want to plan any fun activities. Like, I just feel like the school year should be over with. Like, it's June 3rd right now, and I still have until June 18th with my kids. That's 11 and a half more days. Like, we're normally out of school at the end of May, and this year we're here until mid-June, because we started late, obviously. But we only have 6 weeks of summer now because they want us to go back to the regular like beginning of August start time, and I just feel like 6 weeks is not going to be enough. I need more rest time. But yeah, I don't know. Let me know how you guys are feeling. If you've reflected upon your school year, let me know what you guys have thought. I'm gonna come out with several like summer videos and stuff, so I may go into more detail. I may make a part 2 of this if I want to reflect more, but I just kind of want to like vent and share my feelings and share how the school years went. Obviously this was not scripted at all. This was very like off the cuff. So anywho, if you related to anything, go ahead and give this video a like, subscribe so you don't miss any of my future videos, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Bye.